9 huge landmines that we're going to help you avoid, because if you step on one, it will blow a massive hole in your wallet. For today's masterclass, I've got the two big guns, Anna-Marie Meyer and Eddie Magale, Group F&I and Branch Manager at Mid-Mac Motors. Welcome everybody to this episode where we're going to share 9 do's and don'ts when buying a vehicle to make sure that you don't get a big hole in your wallet. Let's get into it. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
How much value are we going to give today?
Sure. If you wanna put it in rands, millions.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let's get into it, guys. I want us to unpack the 9 different topics as quickly and as efficiently as possible so that the viewers can take down some notes, which they don't need to, because you're going to get a free PDF at the bottom of this video after you finished watching the video. So, are we ready?
Ready.
Ladies first.
Good.
First landmine. Okay. Not doing your research.
Oh, well, that is something you have to do. And it's not only research about the vehicle. You need to look into the brand and the vehicle. Most important, the dealership that you're buying from. The dealership ultimately is going to be the one supporting you afterwards, looking after you and caring for you. So you need to make sure the brand, the vehicle that you're purchasing, make sure it's not a vehicle that you're going to wait for parts for 6 months. It's easy as that.
Okay, so brand, vehicle, dealership.
100%.
Awesome. Eddie?
Sure.
Not setting a budget.
Yeah. Okay. Remember, we need to first evaluate the reason why we're buying a vehicle. You're buying this vehicle to add value into your life, right? So you need to know what it's going to cost you a month to get you to work, to get you and your family to your favorite destination. You need to know if there's any reason for you to buy something more expensive, something more fancy. Is it something that you really need? Is it a want? You need to evaluate such. So you don't want to keep up with the Jones when it comes to this one.
If we find those Johns, we're gonna give them a hiding.
For sure.
So what I'm getting from you is evaluate what the use of that vehicle will be, and then set a monetary value to that use.
For sure.
And then stick to your guns.
Sure.
Awesome.
Given the times we live in, budget is very important. So you need to be careful of what you're buying. You need to go for the value that you need in your life at that stage.
So we're not setting the budget after we bought the vehicle, budget on what's left. We're setting it ahead of time. We know what we're going into, and we go wide open.
Unless we are serious about stepping on a landmine.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you very much. Anna-Marie, not checking your credit score. I think you've got the best moral authority here.
We get that so often, and it's for free. On Mid-Mac's site, download it, get it for free. It's for free. You've got so much power afterwards by getting that. And then you can work your budget according to that. So please, that is the utmost importance of anything, is get your credit check.
Okay. So, to the viewers out there, if you go at the bottom of this video, click on the link, we'll be able to send you your credit score. So wherever you buy a vehicle, it's not necessarily from us or from the neighbor. Doesn't matter. When you buy a vehicle, having had that experience of knowing what your credit score is, it gives you negotiation power when it comes to interest rates, which we're gonna dive into a bit later. Okay, great. Not researching the value of your trade-in.
Sure. All right. So it's like going to war without any ammo. You don't want to do that. Remember, what you need to do is you need to reverse engineer the selling price of your vehicle. By the time you're going to speak to the dealership, you need to know what your car can sell for, what value of it is to the dealership. So that actually puts you in a better position to be able to negotiate. You've got sites where you can actually check the retail and trade price of your vehicle. So this preparation is very important at this time.
So we did a masterclass recently on how to get more for your trade-in. So I think just in closing perhaps, if you ask the dealership, what is my car worth? You've lost the battle. You need to go in prepared. You need to say, for example, my 330 diesel BMW on the internet sells for $379,900, and we know the dealers make between 10 and 12% on this type of a vehicle, you need to re-engineer, sorry, that's the good word that you used, reverse engineer, rather, the price, the selling price, so that when you arrive at the dealership, you can say, Mr. Dealer, Mrs. Dealer, this is how much reconditioning cost I have on the vehicle.
Yeah.
This is my trade-in. This is my retail. This is what I expect for my car. If you ask the dealership, and it's an unethical dealership, they might give you 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rand less than what you deserve.
Sure. Thank you for reminding us that we actually did shoot a video on this one before, so there's full details right on that video.
100%.
Sure.
But you have to be prepared for that sale that you're going to do, because in fact you are selling your trading back to the dealership.
Yeah.
You have to be a strong negotiator there. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Not making a rational and educated choice.
I think it's very important. A lot of people walk onto a dealership floor, first vehicle they see, they're quite happy with. But are they really sure? Don't get pushed. If you did your homework right from the start, dealer, you worked out your budget, you worked out your credit score, you've gone through the dealership, the brand, then you know what you want. So never get pushed. Know when it's enough. And just make sure that you know what you want. Because the moment you get pushed, you're going to make a decision that's not supposed to be.
Yeah, ultimately, what I'm hearing is you're going to be the person paying for that vehicle. So
Yes.
whether it's the salesperson or the sales manager or the neighbor or the
Even
Jones.
family.
Absolutely.
Don't get pushed.
Absolutely, especially family, because you'll have the cousins encouraging you to buy a double cab 4x4 so they can use it to Mozambique at December holiday. So thank you.
And again, keeping up with the Joneses. People expect something from you in lifestyle. And just don't. Do your homework. Because once you've done all your homework, you know when it's enough.
Yeah.
And you know when to finally say, okay, I'm ready now.
and I can move forward. Awesome. Eddie, I want you to unpack this one. Added costs. So, what are the added costs? Can you give us a little bit more detail into that, please?
So yeah, with each and every vehicle, a dealership should recommend products to you as a client. But remember, this is recommended, and the value there has to be explained. These products are most likely to assist in times of need. For an example, warranty, tire warranty, scratches and cover, dents and scratch cover. You might actually make use of this product in the future, but you need to know exactly what you're signing for. This is so that by the time you leave the dealer, you know, okay, I bought the vehicle, but I also bought X, Y, and Z cover. So you need to be fully informed. You need to check exactly what's on your contract.
So I just want to add one more point to that. Many times I've seen it in the past. Our customers come in. It's a very exciting process. They come in, they just want to get into that GTI, open the sunroof,
Yes.
and virpa all the way to the best friends. However, then we get a call, like, I've got a scratch on my bumper. Where do you advise us take it? So, but say you've got a scratch and dent policy. It's not even going to cost you money. What? I didn't know. So I think maybe just to add on to that, if you've bought a vehicle and you have added or removed VAPs, get a copy of that specific VAP. So get a printout. These are the 4 things that I've got with my car. Yeah. And then keep it somewhere where it's easily accessible, like your Cabrio or something like that. Because people forget.
I do.
I mean,
And it's the excitement mostly.
Yeah.
It's not they don't forget, it's the excitement and off they go. And then 3-4 months later down the line, it's like, do I have it? Don't. Or they turn it around and say, but I didn't know I've got this. I don't want it. It was never offered. And then in actual fact, it was offered and the client signed for it. So please take some time with your F&I to discuss it when you take delivery.
Doesn't it? I think what even happens now is it gets sent to you via email. So I think it's okay to be excited on the day of collection, but what you want to do is to go into your emails 3 days later and just go through the contract and see exactly what you have there.
If any questions, phone and get an explanation done again.
Sure.
Awesome. Not getting an insurance quote. So I've got before you give us the value, I've got a beautiful story. Youngster comes in, has a look at a Jetta, family car, all the bells and whistles, 4,000 rand a month, about 850 rand insurance. Okay, comes in, has a look at a Velocity, drop suspension, big wheels, 6x9s. So the car is half the price, but the end installment is the same as the Jetta. So please give us some insight into
We
that.
see it daily. Now, part of this whole investigation that you do and the planning and checking out the dealership, working out your budget, getting your credit check, that is the first thing you do. You should start getting quotes on insurance because you're going to be so frustrated at the end of this. You've now made up your mind, you want this car, you lost your heart, and then it comes to the quote on the insurance. We end up seeing 1,000, 2,000 rand, and then suddenly it's out of your budget.
Yeah.
So please get your insurance quote at the first possible stage.
Awesome. That's great advice. Thank you. Eddie, not negotiating your interest rate.
That's the one thing you don't want to do. Remember, to the bank, you are a business. You are a business that has worked hard. The reason why I say you've worked hard is you've maintained your credit score. You've made it the best that anyone can ever have. So what you want to do in that moment, you want to use it as leverage. The bank wants to do business with you. You're a good client. Not just one bank wants to do business with you. So at this stage, you are able to choose which bank you want to do business with. And you are able to negotiate your terms. I mean, I'm a good client. Why would I not get good interest? There's no reason for that. After me, there's probably thousands of not so good clients. So you need to make sure that you keep me here.
Yeah. So if I can tie that into getting your credit score, knowing that you're a good customer, on our report that we send out to our consumers, it's almost like a ref counter. It shows you if you're a fair customer, good or a great customer. So based on that, you've got a little bit of negotiating power. Sure. To the viewers out there, we've done a Who Controls Your Interest Rate masterclass where the three of us also discussed it in detail. And yes, the dealership does control the interest rate. So having that knowledge, taking it with you in the negotiation process when you approach the dealer to do the final signing is very, very important. That 1 or 1.5 or 2% difference in interest rate can cost you hundreds of thousands of rands in interest. So be careful there. You have to negotiate your interest rate. You have to do it. Okay.
Remember, it's a 6 years agreement. So you don't want to make one bad decision for 6 years.
It's very long term, yeah. Okay. Finally, landmine number 9. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's avoid it. Not taking the process seriously.
I can't stress it out even more, but I think people, the excitement we talked about, they walk, suddenly wants to buy a vehicle, and it's over and done with. And then a week later or a month later, there's something wrong with your car. Now, if you've gone through all these steps, that's not going to happen to you. So that is the most important. You need to do investigation. You need to do your homework. Check out your trade-in. Do your credit check. Fight with the bank. Because this is a long-term agreement, yes, unfortunately. Sure. And even if you buy cash and there's no credit check or interest rate involved, you still need to check out the dealership. You still need to investigate the product you're buying. I had a call this morning on a client she bought a brand new vehicle, 2,000 kilometers on the clock, in an accident, and it's been 4 months they can't get the parts into the country. Yeah. 4 months. Yeah. So that is the kind of, you need to do that, and you need to take the whole process seriously.
So I think in closing, another thing that you need to remember is a customer walking onto the floor is going to have that experience once in, we said it's about 36 months.
36 to 48 months.
Okay. A busy dealership, I mean, some days we deliver 25 plus vehicles in a single day. Yeah. So busy dealership knows how the process works and they go fast. As a consumer, you need to make sure that this process happens at your pace, at your speed. If at any point you feel like this is overwhelming, I'm not 100% sure of what the next step is, stop and ask. The salespeople and the management staff should come in and explain it to you to the point where you fully understand.
Fully agree, because you as a consumer need to understand that you might be the 10th client for that day, but you've making this decision once every 36 to 48 months. So it's extremely important to understand your pace.
And it's all about you anyway. You are the business.
100%.
So it has to go at your pace.
100%. The customer's always right, and the customer should be attended to the way the customer feels comfortable. Awesome. And on that note, now, having seen where those landmines are, all 9, you can avoid them in the future. So, If you liked and enjoyed this type of content, please,
subscribe,
And ring the bell.
and we'll make sure that all our new episodes get sent to you via the notifications. Take care, everybody.